What's going on, guys? Chandler here. So this is going to be my new segment on my YouTube channel called First Listen Review that is taken from my $5 tier full album reactions. So I react to the entire album, and then at the very end I give my overall thoughts and initial thoughts and a score on the album as a whole. So again, if you do like what you see and want to support the channel going forward, head over to patreon.com/ChandlerBurtonEntertainment. This is exclusive to the $5 tier. Again, you get a full album reaction, review, and a whole bunch of other perks as well if you guys are interested. And again, there's always a link down below in the description and in the pinned comment. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the review, and thank you all so much for watching. Also, I got to give a huge shout out to SeenFeen, who put this hilarious tweet on the other day, talking about how the Queen missed out on the new Stray from the Path album. I thought that killed me. So much love to you, dude. Make sure you go check him out. He's awesome. He's super cool. All right. So without further ado, again, this is going to be Stray from the Path and the new album, Euthanasia. Super excited for it here. Let's pop it off in 3, 2, and 1. Dang, dude. I really like that album a lot, man. Like, I really enjoyed it a lot. That was fantastic. All right, so I'm going to give my first listen review, which again is just my overall, just the first initial thoughts on the album as a whole. And I'm super excited to talk about it. So let's go ahead and jump into the first listen review. That is coming up next, so stick around for that. All right, my friends. So again, that was the band Stray from the Path and their newest album called Euthanasia. Just got done jamming the entire thing. Again, the 10th studio album from this band, and they are still sounding better than ever. I love all the material. This is definitely, I think, one of their best albums for sure. So I'm super excited to talk about it here. So let's go and jump right into the pros that you can see on screen here. Pro number 1, got to give the Drew's vocals, man. I love the way that he screams, but also kind of raps. Like, his voice is so unique. I have not heard really anybody do anything that Drew does. Like, I love the song that he's featured on with Landmarks. This just adds that extra element to it, and I think his voice really carries a part of these songs. Not all of it, because one of the pros is going to be the riffs, which we'll jump into right now. These are seriously some of the coolest riffs I've heard in such a long time. Every song on here, while some of the songs may be a little bit similar in structure, like, all the riffs in it were just absolutely fantastic. Like, they're engaging, they're intense. You don't really know what you're going to expect. Like, that's what I really like about it as well. It's like, it's not completely changing the game, but it definitely subverts expectations to the point of, like, where's this riff going to go? Is it going to be heavy? Is it going to be groove centric? Like, seriously, like, Drew's voice and the riffs on this here are just stellar, like a sight to behold, like an event. And so I loved everything about it, man. I thought it was super sick. I also really like the messages on these songs. Now, I would need to do more of a deep dive into each song to figure out what each song is talking about, but there were a few that I could pick out right away that I can definitely address to you guys here. So, for example, track 3, with the one with the Mr. Rogers parody here, that is definitely about the overwhelming, like, support of the law and, like, police officers just, like, killing people. I really think, like, it's inspired, like, well, not inspired, but definitely taken from the George Floyd incident. Now, again, as I said, George Floyd, whether you believe it or not, like, he had a very bad history. He was not the best person, but again, what the cop did to him was obviously terrible as well. It was just absolutely awful. And so the songs definitely talk about, like, brutality and, like, and police officers and stuff. And not every police officer is like that. No, I got my best friend Kyle's dad is a cop and my uncle is a cop, both really good people. And so unfortunately, one of those, that song may be a little hit or miss with people here, but that's just kind of the way that it goes with Straight from the Path. They definitely talk about things, and people can either get offended or they can just kind of take in its message here. There's also the song Chest Candy, which is about people trying to get forced into signing up for the army, which again is, honestly, I give people props who want to go into the army or the military, because I am too scared to do that. I'm going to be honest with you guys here. And then the song like Guillotine, which is like, corporate, they just care about people care about money. They don't really care about us. They see us like employees as like numbers. And so that's what the song Guillotine is about. And so a lot of the songs are definitely based in real world situations. And I mean, a lot of people may not like that because they don't want to face that reality, just the honest truth. But for me, hearing those types of things, it makes me just want to be a better person. You know, it makes me want to go like, okay, like I need to treat people with respect, you know, even though sometimes I may be considered a number at my job. Like, I just have to do the best that I can and just go to work, go home, and just do my thing, you know? So I really did like the messages on these songs here. The ones that I at least could pick out. I thought they were really good. And then the last big pro that I want to give it is that the musicianship in this band is so tight, dude. Like, they've been doing this for so long. And it's just, they're better than ever. Like, everything just sounds good. It doesn't feel like one person's like overpowering one another. Everything is well balanced, as all should be. This to me is another album that I couldn't really find any cons with it. Even like the longer songs, which I usually just destroy because I don't like longer songs, the song Ladder Work was really good. Like, again, it had a lot of elements to it where I was like, this is very interesting. I love like the phone call of like, if you want to get euthanasia, press 1, and it just kept doing that over and over. It felt like a horror movie, and I thought that was actually a really cool element to the song. So as long as songs have cool elements and something that can hold my attention, I don't mind songs being long. It's just like when it's super repetitive over and over, when it could it could be cut off at the 4-minute mark, that's when I'm like, okay, this needs to end. But Ladder Work was really good, and everything else, in my opinion, flowed well. And to me, yeah, some of the songs, as I said, may have similar structures to them, but all the riffs were so groovy and exciting that I can't make that a con. So honestly, for me, at least on the first time listen, there are no cons, which is super sick. So I'm going to jump into my top 3 songs. This was also really hard to do. Well, let's jump right into the top 3 songs. My top 3 favorite songs on this album here. Again, very hard to pick, but I gotta say, track number 1, Needful Things, I thought was a great way to kick off the album. Again, brand new song with a brand new music video. I thought the music video was really sick. Just really cool grooves. Drew just coming in hot. That song was a great way to start the album, just get me hooked. And I knew from that song, I was like, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the album. Like, I cannot wait to jam it. And I loved the album, so I thought that song was absolutely fantastic here. Another one, maybe a weird choice, but I really like Law Abiding Citizen. That song felt like a Rage Against the Machine song, not only with like the message in that song, but some of the guitar grooves and some of the way they did the instruments absolutely felt like Rage Against the Machine 2.0. Like, I was like, vocals, guitar work, drum, everything sounded like Rage Against the Machine, in my personal opinion, on that song. I thought that song was super cool, had a great groove to it here, and that one just had my head bopping. Really liked that song a lot. And then probably my favorite song on the album is Neighborhood Watch. That song was so sick. That riff, the breakdown, the bleh, like everything about it was just phenomenal. That is legitimately Chandler Core at its finest. That's like, you know, when I just totally get into a song, that was it, man. That, without question, is my favorite song on the album. Again, all the songs were really good. Again, that was just my first initial like listen and picks of the songs. And again, that may change over time. And I do plan on listening to this album for many months to come. So I'm really excited to see if my opinion changes throughout me listening to it again. What can I say, man? I loved it. I thought this was really cool. Again, this is another band, as I said, kind of like with Stick to Your Guns, that a lot of people don't really talk about. Like, their Spotify numbers are pretty low, like in the 200,000 era, I think, for Straight to the Path. And it's like, dude, this band is so sick and deserves way more recognition. I mean, I know they played some pretty big shows and those types of things, but I really wish more people would like not sleep like on Stray, because I absolutely love this, man. Again, the riffs were sick. 10 albums in, and it still just feels fresh and it feels exciting to me, because it's just such exciting music for me to listen to here. This has heavy songs with heavy messages here. Again, I really do feel like these guys are like a modern day Rage Against the Machine. I personally do. Maybe not every aspect of Rage Against the Machine, but for me, I just love this band. And it's funny because I generally listen to like straightforward metalcore, like, you know, Wage War, you know, Fit for a King, like those types of bands are like my favorite. But Straight from the Path is so good, and I wish more people would give them the attention that they deserve, because this album was super sick. This is an easy 10 out of 10 for Straight from the Path. Euthanasia. I love the album, dude. This album's super sick, and I cannot wait for more music from Straight from the Path. I mean, I just can't wait, man. Super sick album.